Hey everyone, Necrovarius here with kind of a different video. This is a filler video that I'm putting out just because I haven't had time to go back and record the next few episodes of Myst 4. So this isn't a series or anything, this is just something that I'm going to do one-off because Myst takes a lot of time and takes a lot of thought, and with everything going on I just haven't had the time, so I hope you enjoy. We're in Space Engineers today, a game that I have fell in love with a long time ago and just never really put down to the point where I think I have a little bit over 1,000 hours. I'm not mistaken. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I'm sure it'll be up on the screen right now. But so every year we've had a server between me and my group of friends. And this year is no different. As you can see, the goth punks are back, and of course, the IP address on there is going to be blocked out just because we don't need people on there messing up our stuff. It is password protected, so don't even try. But I'm going to go and show you our base so far and give you a little rundown of where we've been and what we've done and everything like that. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. We actually started this server on the moon to allow for one of the newer members of this server to get used to the physics and understanding and everything like that. But since that person hasn't really played that much, we decided, nah, heck with it. We'll take the ship that you're seeing now, also known as the Mama Gen, out to space, and we're going to go to Pertam. This ship was fully equipped with things like jump drives and refineries, assemblers. It has a whole hangar in there, fully pressurized. It was a marvel that, first off, it was a marvel this thing flew in the first place, but yeah, it's essentially a small mothership built for everyone. It's got rooms for us all, connectors on the outside, and everything. As of right now, where you're seeing it, it's actually parked on an asteroid, way above the planet below that you can see there, just out of the way. Nothing really needed to do about it. I'm not really going to go through it. It's not really part of the server right now, so if it ever really comes about and we want to show it off, or maybe if you're interested in it, we can take a look at that later. But let's take a look at the planet where we're at right now. This is Pertam. And for those of you who know this planet, it is not an easy planet. And I'm going to zoom in here in spectator cam. And we're going to take a look at where we are, which is way over here. And actually, from space, you should be able to see where we're at. In fact, yeah, you can see with that arrow on the screen, you can see what we refer to as the Lowe's facility. We'll talk about a little bit more about that later. Let's just jump down to the planet for now. And here we are, down on the planet of Pertam. And you may be wondering, where's all of our stuff? Well, let me just turn around. This is our base, and there's a couple of different places here that we're going to talk about. And first, I'm going to talk about this giant building over here that you can see that we generally refer to as the Lowe's facility. This is actually known as Shit Tack. And before you get anything, SHT, there's no I, don't worry about it. This is Shit Tack. This is our mining and refining, I guess, operation. And this is actually owned, this grid, if you will, was built and owned by the server owner, the guy who's, who paid for the server initially and who kind of manages it. I'm an admin on it as well, but yeah, we're going to have all of our refining, as you can see here, and assembling here. And then this is his rover, which is actually kind of cool. You can walk all the way up these stairs. This is known as Shitek Mobile Rescue. It's got a huge platform on top. We did have this at one point with a pressurized cabin here, and you could actually sit in there and recharge or whatever, but that blew up just for reasons. We have a lot of cargo containers underneath here. You can see these are all hooked to doors, just so you know, to keep the ugliness away. He did have a lander on here, like an atmospheric ship. I don't know what happened with that. But you can see all the cargo containers down below. There's 4 of them, 3 on the back and 1 in the front. Yeah, 1 in the front right there, and then there's the cockpit. In fact, there's the owner right there. He's asleep right now. yeah. All the cargo here is piped up. These 6 containers contain whatever we want. All of these ones with sorters contain the ores that we want, and I believe they're all set up properly. And then refining and everything else, and then this pipe allows everything to come out of what was made and done here back into the system, which is also hooked up to the other building, which we'll talk about in a moment. Of course, you can see this isn't finished yet. This will be the mining and refining. Upstairs is going to be the administration building area of it, so offices and whatnot. Living quarters, I'm guessing, as well. We haven't really talked about it much, but we got a couple ideas. Over here we have a couple chunks of ice, because we forgot to pick them up. This is one of my smaller ships. It doesn't really serve a purpose right now, and it's kind of just in the way, so I moved it. This is the aphid that I'm going to call it. I took a look at one of the... ouch, excuse me. I took a look at one of the ships from Star Citizen, and I was like, I might try to make an angular ship like that. It didn't work out, but I came up with this. And this is a very rough design right now. It needs a little bit of love and care, but it is fully pressurized. If it was on, you could shut this. Bunch of batteries, fully piped with oxygen. There's a little cargo container, hydrogen and everything. And then, of course, seats to sit in. It's got a decent viewing cabin, although it's not the greatest. I gotta fix that, but anyways, this is just a proof of concept of what we could do. We were looking to make, I was looking to make a ship that could actually go out to space from here. So atmospheric for the planet, and then hydrogen onward, but it just doesn't have enough lift yet. So we're gonna let that one go for now until I redo that. We have another ship over here that you can see all the whirlybirds on. This is under construction. I suppose I should introduce. Musashiden is the... I'm going to butcher that. Musashiden is the owner. You may know him as the Stranger or Fantasia Ace if you watch our Couch Co-op or our Myst stuff. He's the one who owns the server. He's the one in that cabin. Or in that cockpit, excuse me. This is the other person on our server. This is General Mayhem. He is one of our members of the GFP, and this is his heavy lifter that he's going to be working on. We'll show you a little bit more of his stuff. He's got a setup out in the distance. We'll take a flight over there, but let's talk about the most important building before we do that. This is our newest addition. As always, on a work site, you can't, get away from needing a bathroom. This is the Dookie hut. Of course, no fapping. It's just a toilet. That's all it is. And then we added the exhaust pipe with the green smoke as kind of a joke. that was one of our jokes. This little guy over here, this is the youngest of our server. This is, I'm not going to say names just because of their age, but this is their attempt at building a hydrogen ship. This is actually built on the moon, and they pilot it pretty well. This is based off of one of the ants, one of the ANT ants that we brought from last server. You'll see a lot more of them in this building that we're going to go to next. One thing I'll talk about real quick, I got these off of the workshop, I think, or I looked them up online. These are lightning rods, and you can see that they actually work a little bit because they make scrap whenever they're struck by lightning. So from what I understand, lightning goes towards decoys first, or they target decoys as a priority. And so these things just keep building up decoys, and it keeps the lightning away from us and everything else. This is my facility. That is Musashiden's one that we all built together, the Lowe's facility, Shit Tac. This is Shit Dot, or Department of Transportation, if you will. Do you want to work for the shittiest planet's Department of Transportation? Too bad, you're not good enough. Go write a letter to Princess Lestia. That was kind of the joke originally of course there's a storm. That was kind of the joke originally. I wanted to make something that was like MnDOT, because Minnesota Department of Transportation is an absolute shithole for fixing roads and stuff like that. It's kind of the joke around here. So I figured, well, we're on the world's shittiest planet, so shit.dot is very fitting. And our motto is, we build it better than you. Is that open? No, it's not. Let's head on inside the facility. This is an airlock, of course. So for some reason it is on depressurize. There we go. And this is a fully ventilated area. This is shit dot. And you can see here the ants that we've built before. This is from last server, and they all serve a different purpose. You've hauler, crane, welder, and then this one is just a hydrogen, has a hydrogen tank on it, so it's the same as the first one, but hydrogen. One large bay, one small bay, and little grinding facility, so the crane can drop stuff in there and grind it up. This is actually coming in handy very well. We have a refinery over here as well as an industrial assembler, so all these things are also piped in through the conveyor system you saw across the way. And then we have another cargo container here. This bay is something that I really like to talk about just because it was such an easy design. It allows you to park a small rover with a light and you can work underneath it, which comes in handy for modifying stuff. It's awesome. And then, of course, we have our O2 gen over there with 2 batteries, and we get our power from the bridge, which we will check out before we leave. Let's head on up here, though. So we have access to the back ends of any trucks we need, and then a little walkway here. Our OSHA-compliant safety rails are also here, so that's good. And then heading into here, through the small hallway, this is the printer facility. So this is another design that I took from a video that I found online on YouTube. It's a basic small grid printer attached to a large grid piston. You can put your projection on here. So if I go like this and just turn that on, you'll see the projection that I was doing earlier. This is also off the workshop. Fully ventilated, piped, whatever you want to call it. Pressurized, excuse me. And then these welders will weld that up if needed. All your controls for the projector are here. You can rotate it, you can move it in and out, you know, whatever, that's fine. And then of course you have, you know, your welder controls here along with the piston, because this is not fully automated yet, so there's that. And then we have, this is being built right now. That's a lot of oxygen, goodbye. This is going to be our, these are our mobility scooters. I found this on the Steam Workshop. It's like Electric Wheelchair Plus, I think it's called. And I just thought it was just so fun and stupid and hilarious. I know there's people out there who use mobility scooters because they need them, but these things work really well just to scoot around with, and you can take them practically anywhere. So we have this little ramp here that I'm working on, and this is gonna eventually, let's turn that off just so that doesn't die. There we go. Eventually this is gonna go out over to, it's gonna hit up Shitak, and then we're gonna bring it across the canyon. You can actually see the hookup there as well for the facility. So this one pipe connects to the bridge. The bridge powers everything, as you can see by the whirlybirds on top of the bridge. And then that pipe on top goes all the way over across to Shitak. And the ship that's parked on top, let me go take a look at that. This is Masashiden's welder. This is what he used to weld up the entirety of that facility, pretty much. So just a bunch of batteries, a bunch of atmospheric, and then 2 large cargo containers. So that works out pretty well. What else we got? Let's take a look here. So that's really it for shit dot. The bridge itself is the first thing that we started to build because Musashiden wanted to build. Let me just clear this. Hang on. Where's the thing? It's under weather. Remove. Thank you. So Musashiden wanted to span this canyon. That was the whole point of coming here, was this giant canyon. And you can see there's kind of a base started down below. We abandoned that one real quick. But yeah, this road, which is unfinished, spans the canyon, allows access to the small trucks to get across there to some of the mines that we have. And this is a genius idea that, from General Mayhem. He's just like, well, let's just put whirlybirds on the bridge. And so we did. He put a bunch of them up there, and that powers our entire base and then some. So I I want to say that that little miner, or that welder, when we're using it, takes like 3 minutes to recharge if it's almost empty. So we got a lot of power there. It's awesome. And then, last but not least, we're going to go over to... we're going to go over there. Let me grab one of the trucks. We get a lot of our stuff, you know, stone and iron and everything else from mining, obviously. I gotta remember the control scheme. There we go. And everything else from, of course, mining. That's what you gotta do in this game. And I'm missing my bumper sticker. And my camera, interesting. And that's all handled by General Mayhem, who is our drilling and mining extraordinaire coordinator, technician, doctor, lawyer, person thing. Every server he has built a drill rig that has left us with enough... Ooh, that hurts. What blew up? I don't care. Enough resources to do what we need to do. What did I lose? I don't think I lost anything. I don't see any damage, so I don't really care unless that was the ore detector. But whatever. This is General Mayhem's drill rig. You can see it from the base if it's above the horizon line with those awesome fireworks on top. It is it's a tried and true method, tried and true design. 2 large cargo containers. I wonder if he's actually in it. Or can I... Where's his cockpit? Is he in it? Where the heck... Oh, there it is. Yes, he is. Okay. So, sits in here. This goes down, obviously, with all the drill heads. Everything goes into the cargo containers, and then he also has connectors and sorters to spit out all the excess rock that we don't want, because we don't need a ton of gravel. Yeah, this has proved very useful and required to do what we need to do. And you could see the impact of this hole. And I mean, with the deposits on this planet, it goes pretty quick for stuff. Yeah, we get a lot of good stuff. So that's an atmospheric ship that he has. I think he's posted it to the Reddit, the subreddit before. So it gets the job done. And it's pretty awesome. All right, and that is our server. I know it wasn't the most amazing thing, and this is still a work in progress, so you can see there's a lot of unbuilt things. But we're really proud of how far we've come on this, and we expect to come a lot further. So if you like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comment below. I know it's different than the normal Myst stuff that we've been doing lately. But yeah, if you like these little one-off videos, and if you want to see more as this server progresses, let me know. I'd love to actually record stuff and talk about vehicles and stuff that we built. All right, and that's it. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.